It's a Friday night and we are turning up the heat with a show-stopping lineup. We kick off the weekend with a pop sensation, Armand, who is in the house to light up the dance floor with his latest hits. World Chocolate Day brought sweet and a spectacle to life. Chile went all out to spoil chocolate lovers with a delicious show. We also celebrate a true icon, the legendary Abigail Kubeka, marking yet another milestone in a remarkable showbiz journey. In Orlando West, we met a textile and fiber artist whose embroidered wool art are stitched with powerful stories and pride. Then we hit the road and make a quick stop at Padstal, where old school tradition meets live music and local flavor. For all the feels with flair and everything sweet and nice, your host with the most, Nkensani Koza, is here to guide you through it all.
Oh, what a way to kickstart the weekend. Good evening and welcome to Trendz Live. My name is Nkensani Koza, but because we're a family, please call me Candy. We are about to spend the next hour together. You heard it in the headlines and we're about to bring the magic to life. So we hope that you're settled in and ready for a night to remember. But first things first, let's take a look at entertainment and lifestyle news that made headlines this week.
In international news making headlines, a federal judge on Tuesday said Sean Diddy Combs will be sentenced on October 3rd after the music mogul was convicted on charges of transporting escorts to engage in drug-fueled sexual performances. U.S. District Judge Aaron Subramanian, who oversaw Combs' trial in Manhattan, approved the following date request from Combs' lawyer Mark Agnifilo. Prosecutors and probation officers agreed to the date. 55-year-old Combs remains in a Brooklyn jail where he's been held since his last arrest in September, even though jurors cleared him of the most serious charges he's faced. Jurors acquitted Combs on the 2nd of July on sex trafficking and racketeering charges that could have put him behind bars for life. The mixed verdict was viewed widely as a disappointment for prosecutors, while Combs and his supporters expressed jubilation. Moving on to adventure and adrenaline. France will lend Britain the baie tapestry, allowing the 11th century masterpiece to come back across the channel for the first time in more than 900 years in a show of friendship to mark President Emmanuel Macron's state visit. King Charles welcomed Macron for a 3-day trip on Tuesday, aimed at celebrating the return of closer ties between London and Paris after Brexit, with the loan of a tapestry as a symbol of kingship between the neighbours. Britain will in exchange loan France Anglo-Saxon and Viking treasures in a deal to be announced by British Culture Minister Lisa Nandy and her French counterpart Rachida Dati later on Tuesday, a government statement said. Now, a new Superman bounds onto the big screen. Actor David Corenswet feels a connection with the classic DC comic book character Superman that he portrays in the 2025 James Gunn directed film. The character Superman is known in the comic books for his identity crisis, namely his double life as both a powerful superhero while also being an awkward reporter named Clark Kent who works at Daily Planet. Now, I'm super excited for this one. Well, this is all we have time for this evening on our news wrap. Let's do it again next week, shall we?
From local to international news, you know we've got you. Now, in light of World Chocolate Day earlier this week, here's a story that's bound to melt your heart and maybe your sweet tooth. In the small Chilean town of Osorno, a life-size creation took center stage at the annual Chocolate Festival. We are talking about a full-size cow made entirely out of chocolate. Here's a taste at the delicious spectacle that's got everyone talking.
Earlier this week, it was World Chocolate Day, and in the heart of Southern Chile, a sweet spectacle stole the show. This is a life-size chocolate cow weighing over 500 kilograms that became the main attraction at the 3rd Annual Chocolate Festival in Osorno. Crafted from pure chocolate, the sculpture had visitors in awe. Its scale, its detail and artistry turning back heads and melting hearts. The life-size chocolate sculpture served as the centerpiece, drawing crowds of amazed onlookers who marveled at the 550-kilogram creation made entirely of pure chocolate. In a sweet finale to the event, organizers, Chef Carlo van Molenbroek and the culinary students who helped create the sculpture broke up the chocolate cow. The remarkable masterpiece was crafted through a collaboration between master chocolatiers, professional sculptors and local culinary arts students who worked together to bring the project to life. Pieces of this impressive creation were then auctioned off to attendees.
Oh, I'm sure that got your mouth watering. So we're going to give you some time to grab a snack during the break. When we come back, it's all about music and one of the biggest names on the Afrikaans scene. With an impressive 5-octave range and flamboyant style, Armand, an award-winning artist in his own right, will be taking over the Trendz Live stage and you don't want to miss it. Let's go, Suta. We're back. Please don't forget to interact with us on X. The handle is simply @Trendz on SABC. So the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture recently hosted a spectacular tribute concert in honor of the iconic Mama Abigail Kubeka at the State Theatre in Pretoria. The landmark tribute concert under the banner of the Fantuka of Living Legends Recognition Series celebrated the songstress's 68-year career in the country's music, art and cultural landscape. Trendz Live producer Bulelani Lukokwana was amongst those in attendance who has described Kubeka as a living archive of our nation's cultural memory. So it's time to get into this unforgettable experience.
Ah, what a night it was! Different South African musicians burst into song, transforming the stage into a musical spectacle. Now this they did in honor of a living legend, a woman whose voice entertained the masses for decades in times of hardship, joy as well as transformation in South Africa. The music icon also paved the path for the younger generation of the country. Mama Abigail Kubeka's music career spans over 68 years and she's performed in various countries. So it is befitting for her to receive her flowers whilst she can still smell them. This is a slogan adopted by the Fantuka of Living Legends Recognition Series that was launched 2 years ago to honor individuals who have made extraordinary contributions to South Africa's arts and cultural heritage. The songstress explains what has sustained her music career throughout the decades, the heart, the hope and the strength behind her incredible journey.
I'm black and I'm proud. I'm black and I'm proud. I'm strong. We're very strong. That's what has kept us alive and kept and going. Dedication, the strength we have. Our talent, our gift is spiritual. It comes from within and it's God-given. It's God-given. No one can take it away. So into it's and we are true. Maybe singaxoxa ngokuthetha, but into esiyenzayo, it's not from us, it's from God. It's God-given. So it just spreads like fire. Yambi kahle, ilungise. Siyalungisa singolungisa. Aningasithathi kancane. Asidipush, we're not hustling. We are just saying, listen and enjoy and learn.
We caught up with other South African music legends who graced this iconic Living Legends concert with their presence.
Me and Mama Abigail have a very, very, very strong bond. Because first of all, we live in Orlando West, but besides that, the fact that she inspired many of us, by performing at high schools. The first time I saw Sis Abigail, it was at high school. near where she lives, near where I live. And I think that in itself was indicative of where I would be today. And I can only say I appreciate the work that she has done to encourage many of us, including many of the young people who are here tonight to do what we did.
Mama Abigail stands amongst other giants, the likes of the Dorothy Masuku, Mam Miriam Makeba, and Tandy Clausen, who have all died, and theirs are the voices that contributed immensely in the country's music industry.
We should continue doing these things, because very soon when these people are gone, where are we going to point to say, this was what happened? So I'm just grateful that you guys are here to record the history, because for the future, it will always be very important that there will be archives to go back and say, who were the people that made music before you guys, before the kwaito artists, before the piano artists? Then we need to look at the lineage, the generation of musicians that started before us, that laid the foundation for where we are today, and we must always continue celebrating them.
And of course, we could not leave out one of Mama Abigail's dearest friends, who also performed one of the songstress's favorite song on the night.
I must say that I was one of those lucky people. I met Mama Abigail when I was 14 years old. She was one of the judges on a program called Sugar Shack. It was one of the first realities on television by Bernard Joffe, and she was the one who was training us and coaching us. And but at the time, I was 14. I didn't even think I was going to be a musician. And fast forward, when I started singing, she was just one of those beautiful ladies, elegant, always dressed to the T. I mean, she had style. Today, at 85, she still has style. And these are the people I really want to thank for paving the way for us. And to the young artists, Bora Tabile, Bo Gosazana daughter, I want to say it's okay to be a musician. It's okay.
This night was more than just a concert. It was a celebration of a living legend whose voice, presence, and spirit have shaped generations. Mama Abigail reminded us that legacy lives not just in awards, but in how we deeply move others.
I am from the beginning. I am, and I'm always going to enjoy this night. Until I go somewhere.
So beautiful and heartfelt. We continue to celebrate Mama Abigail Kubeka. Not only has her voice carried the spirit of resistance, love, and healing worldwide, Mama Abigail has also been iconic with her incredible dress sense. Over various eras, she has graced stages in outstanding outfits. We got a taste of Mama Abigail's fashion with her contemporaries from the golden days, and she gave us an exclusive interview at her home in Orlando West, Soweto. Trendz live producer Didinhle Mukeleti spent an invaluable moment with her. So let's get more.
The honor of being hosted by one of South Africa's phenomenal artists, Mama Abigail Kubeka. Gracefully clad, she unraveled tales about her glorious musical days over 68 years on stages worldwide. It was at home when she first announced her wishes to become a star.
I got along with my parents very well until the day when I finished school and told them that I wanted to be a singer, I wanted to be an artist. What? What's that? Ma, Baba, singer, stage. Yeah, I want to be like that. No, you cannot do this. You cannot be this. That's not the profession. Swinging, we want you to be a doctor or a nurse or a teacher. And Iman, you must make money. I said, please, 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 please. This is what I would love to do.
When her career took off, the political climate in South Africa was hostile towards those vocal about apartheid laws. Nonetheless, artists persistently used their talents to strategically influence narratives.
I sang. We sang. We wrote songs. We really fought the system by going against everything that they were telling us not to do. We did it. We did it our way. We used to perform at nightclubbing in town. In spite of the curfew laws that they had put. And you would end up sleeping in jail because you were in town after 9 o'clock. And that didn't deter us. You know, sometimes they would come to the club, invade the club, and whilst you are performing on stage, they would walk in and just look at you like that, and you run to the kitchen. The minute they come in, you run to the kitchen and you pretend like you're washing dishes. I mean, you're all dressed up in your sequin dress and your eyelashes, your makeup and your nails.
Amidst challenges, the social scene during their golden days were full of flair and sophistication.
I mean, life was great because there was music everywhere. There was freedom of music everywhere. Acting, and yet, you know, we were restricted. We couldn't perform in front of mixed audience. But that didn't bother us because we had venues in the townships. They themselves built venues for us in the townships. So they gave us ammunition, not knowing. We had white friends who were prepared, who came to the township, put makeup, dress up, disguise, and come to the township and have fun.
While Sophia Town in particular was bliss, so was the fashion sense on and off stage.
Style, fashion, oh my God. People who used to dress up, Hadi. We used to dress up. We were smart, we were elegant. You know what inspired us? The Americans. We looked up to the Americans like they were from heaven. Stage is glitz and glamour too. Stage is glitz and glamour. When, you know, Begichi, when I look at the artists, the stars, the overseas, how does people do it? How do they do it? And when I get what money, they go for facelifts and whatever. Tina Potter is giving us all that. We don't facelift. I mean, I'm 85.
We had the luxury of going into her wardrobe to see how a lady of such flair, elegance, and glamour still dresses even today. Mama Abby.
Yes, ma'am. I'm a person of style, elegance. Sure, I'm very fussy with what I wear or what I buy. These are some of my favorite things. This dress I bought in Germany.
Import.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And many years ago.
What makes it unique?
The style. And yes. It's just perfect. Yeah. I love it. You have to dress up for your evening. Feel good, you know. Look good and feel good.
Screams confidence. Screams glam.
Yeah. It's just...
And it says, look at me.
Absolutely.
I'm a showstopper.
Why not? Traveling is very good because it opens you up and see what abanye abantu baphila kanjani, ugqoka kanjani. I love hats.
All right.
You know these? I bought these in America too. I had 3 boxes. I was holding them like this. I went with them, went to the plane, and I was saying, please, my hats, my hats, put them nicely there, please. It's a statement. It just completes you. And of course, wear your shades.
A true queen who set the bar incredibly high for the now and future generations. And when rubbing shoulders with legends, one cannot miss the opportunity to strike a tune with Mama Abigail. So I grabbed mine.
Sugar, 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 sugar,
A moment in time I'll never forget.
We promised you fire and force from our guest tonight, and he's ready to bring his large stage presence to life. So here's AJ with Vieche. Geniet.
Ek wens dat jy dit vir my wil sê, dat ek jou hart kan hê, maar jy sê niks. Hoe weet ek dat jy dieselfde voel? Weet jy ooit wat ek bedoel, of voel jy net niks? Maar dit is hoe jy vir my kyk, jy kyk my sommer uit my klere uit, maar ek kry niks voor uit jou uit. Weet jy wat het jy besluit? Sê my gauw, weet jy wat jy nou wil hê? Of soek jy dit in ek probeer om te sê? Ek weet wat ek nou wil hê. Gee my net die tyd eens om my hart wen. Weet jy wat jy nou wil hê? Gee my net die tyd eens om my hart wen. Ek wens dat jy net vir my kan sê, net hoe lief jy my het, maar jy sê niks. Hoe weet ek of ek dit ooit gaan hoor, voel of ek dit gaan verloor, jy voel ook net niks. Maar dit is hoe jy vir my kyk, jy kyk my sommer uit my klere uit, maar ek kry niks voor uit jou uit. Weet jy wat het jy besluit? Sê my gauw, weet jy wat jy nou wil hê? Of soek jy nie die regte woorde om te sê? Ek weet wat ek nou wil hê. Gee my net die tyd eens om my hart wen. Weet jy wat jy nou wil hê? Gee my net die tyd eens om my hart wen. Ek hou van jou, hou jy. Sê dit dan vir my in my oor, ek hou van jou. Sê dit dan vir my in my oor. Weet jy wat jy nou wil hê? As ek nie die regte woorde om te sê. Ek weet wat ek nou wil hê. Gee my net die tyd eens om my hart wen. Weet jy wat jy nou wil hê? Gee my net die tyd eens om my hart wen.
You're tuned into SABC News on your favorite arts, culture, lifestyle, and weekly travel show. Up next, Padstal, a vibrant one-stop spot where great food, live music, and local flair come together. From biltong to braais and live shows, this is where South African culture truly comes alive. Hariboneng.
Padstal as 'n een-stop winkel waar jy kan alles kry wat jou hart begeer. Okay guys, that's as far as I can push my Afrikaans. So what I was saying earlier was that we are at Padstal, which means that it is a store that you can stop at when you are on a road trip. Well, I'm not on a road trip. I just wanted to know what happens inside because I wanted to be within. This venue is tailored to give you a feel of being at a diner, but with a twist.
You know, like Padstal. But, I mean, it's road, stall, you know what a stall is. That means you can find everything next to the road, next to Linwood Road, everything that you like, it's all here. On weekends, we have the best live performances here. We've got live sports here. And this place is packed. You can't move inside here. On Sundays, you can get potjiekos for free. It's for free. You can come, bring your family, have some nice potjiekos. And there's also live entertainment here on Sundays, also on Saturday afternoons, and then live entertainment on Fridays and on Saturday evenings.
With a loyal fan base, Peter knows exactly how to keep his audiences coming back for more.
In Pretoria area, yes, this is where I perform the most. And well, I sing all around the country. I sing worldwide. I sing in Australia. I've sang in Canada, England, everywhere. But in Pretoria area, this is the place where I perform the most. We escalate the artists. We don't let them sing on a weekly basis. One artist would come, or maybe sing tonight, and then maybe in the next 2-3 months. That's how it works. So there are so many artists. And we would love to give a platform for all the artists to come and sing here at Padstal. That's why there's something special coming on the 19th of September. We don't even cater not just for the South African market, for the local market, but there's an international singer coming here, Jamie Fine, on the 19th of September. And that's going to be a huge, huge event.
And for good measure, don't forget to grab a souvenir from the Padstal shop before you go.
This is a Padstal winkel, what we call it. And here you can get freshly baked bread, our merchandise, various merchandise from different suppliers, biltong, draaiwors, the typical Padstal product that you will get. We are looking at is the Bushveld experience, and the Padstal is more in the rural areas that you get on the old excluded road trips, that you get these small shops, farm shops. And that's a Padstal where you would basically everything for sale. And because it's the Bosveld and it's Padstal and Buffelsfontein, so those are the brands that we are actually combined with Padstal to give you that ultimate experience. We do have a section where we do have braais as well. So you can actually buy your meat and braai yourself. And we supply the side orders with it.
It wouldn't be a Padstal experience without some biltong. And of course, we did a quick tasting.
This is definitely not like the one in the shops. Wow.
The vibe here is just amazing. A lot of artists singing over weekends. And the food is great, the people is great. If you're not here, you miss out.
Die kos is amazing, die vibe is lekker. En ja, dit is regtig die plek om te wees.
It's a very nice place to chill in the east. When you want to have a nice afternoon drink from work, it's always nice and easy here. Nice food. I just had a malva pudding because I want to have my stomach ready to have a meal at home. Nice drinks, nice and easy. Having a chill drink with my buddy here. You want? Yeah. You?
You heard his stunning voice a little bit earlier on at the show. From the Voice South Africa standout to Afrikaans pop sensation, Armand has taken the music world by storm with his powerhouse vocals, bold style, and viral hits. With millions of streams and a double platinum single under his belt, he's showing no signs of slowing down, and he joins me on the Trendz Live stage. Welcome.
Baie, dankie.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm just like living for your outfit.
I'm living for your outfit.
Yeah.
Can we just, but we'll get into it just, you know, a little bit later on. I love the fact that we got the black memo. But I have to ask you to take me back to little AJ in Witbank, right? What was that like growing up, and just like your first memories of singing, if you have any?
Yeah, so I grew up like in a very musical family. Everyone's musical, everyone can sing. So whenever there's a new baby and someone can sing or they're musical, it's a big deal. So I remember I was like 5 or 6 and my mom discovered that I have a voice.
Okay.
And she made me rehearse a song and she called the whole family and I had to perform for everyone. And since then, I just fell in love with it. And I was
Really?
like,
Did you know already then that actually I want to make a career out of this?
yeah, it's weird. I always tell people like I feel like I'm a very spiritual being, so I feel like my spirit knew coming into this world that I'm going to be making music.
Sure, and we're so glad that you're definitely making music for us. I mean, you were homeschooled from like grade 9, even got to open up for Prime Circle when you were a teen.
Crazy.
How honestly was that kind of start? How has it helped you kind of show up in your work ethic and even in your stage presence and confidence?
I think starting at a young age, I was very grateful because there was a lot of mentors in the industry that helped me to just, you know, make sure that this is the industry. You have to treat it like any other job. You have to be on time, you have to be professional, make sure that voice is warmed up, make sure you're good to go. So I'm very grateful that I started like very young because I learned from like legends. I've learned from legends and I've learned from my family how to just, you know, really be serious about this.
And that's why you take the stage and you command it fully.
We have to.
We have to also talk about the voice essay. I mean, you got 4 rotating chairs, a very goosebump moment for us as viewers at home, but I'm sure for you as well. But looking back, what would you say is the most valuable lesson that Karenzoe taught you, you know, as your mentor on the show?
Once again, I think as someone coming into the music industry, and we all have stars in our eyes, we just want to be a star, you know, we just want to be fabulous, but there's so much work that goes into it and there's so much dedication that goes into it, and that's something I truly learned from her, was just respect your craft, respect the crew, respect everyone that's making you a star, because it's not just about you.
It's not just about you. I love how you put that.
It's about everyone else.
It's about
as well.
everybody, and even the people that you are making this music for.
Yes, 100%.
But I mean, after the voice essay, you obviously were signed to Universal Music, you know, released Should I as a single, but then afterwards you went the indie route. Like, what made you decide to go independent?
I think because I wanted a bit more freedom and to be able to say what I want to. Also, I'm an openly queer man in South Africa.
We love it.
You know, I'm very proud to be who I am. So that's something that gave me a lot of power, just to be that person in the industry. So that's why I went independent. I write all my own songs. So I just wanted that freedom.
Yeah. I actually wanted to ask if it lent itself to the freedom and the expression that you have in your music. And I love that it has. And I want to pick back up on what you just said about being like an openly queer man and, you know, living in a country like this. What kind of message do you hope that, you know, kids that are watching you, or even adults that are experiencing you as an artist, are able to just take away from you?
We're human beings like everyone else, even though we're different. And I know there's a lot going on in the world right now. And it's a scary time for queer people, but I just want to give a message of hope that we're going to be okay. We just need to stick together, be loud and proud more than ever.
I love the sticking together, because representation is so important. Now we have to talk about your viral hit song. What's it called again? Met Jou Klere Af. It exploded. It got you a double platinum single. Were you expecting that moment to be so big and viral on TikTok?
No, not at all. Honestly, I actually, like I said to someone the other day, I actually did it as a joke, because I didn't want to make Afrikaans music for the longest time, because I never felt like I fit in that industry. Because I'm so different. And then I was actually doing it as a joke, and then I just got such an amazing fan base from that, and I was just like, okay, well, we're making Afrikaans music
so
now.
They clearly were like, we want you to be making this music. But was there like the craziest or wildest type of TikTok video that you ever saw with the track being used?
Oh, there's too many, but I don't know if I can say it on this show.
We actually can't, because if we translate Met Jou Klere Af, it's something very sexy and naughty, and we love it for you. But I love the fact that you said that there was a long time that you weren't actually wanting to do Afrikaans music, but then you did make that switch. Not only did you have hits making that switch, but you gained a massive new audience. How is it actually writing in your mother tongue versus in English?
Now it is empowering for me, because now I feel like my people embrace me, where I never felt really embraced. Even growing up, I never felt like I was really, I belonged in my community. And now I feel like I was always pursuing like international vibes and, you know, pop music in the English market, but now I realized that I had to come back and make some noise in my own culture. And that's
for your own people.
Yes, and make impact there, because it's necessary. They need the change.
I heard a little birdie saying that you're opening up for a very big act quite soon. What is this about? Tell us a little bit more, please.
So Jamie Fine, she will be coming to South Africa September and October, and I will be her opening act. So,
oh my gosh. And like you said, you wanted to work with these pop stars and these big names, but you're getting to do it in your own language.
How cool is that?
It's such a goosebump moment. But we have to ask, what's next for you? I mean, you've released many singles, you've had many albums under your belt. So what's next for you? What other project besides opening for an international star could we be expecting?
Well, now obviously I have to, you know, make sure that I sound good on that stage.
So a lot of vocal warm-ups and
vocal
training.
warm-ups, just really focusing, getting ready for tour. But, for me, I am a musician at heart and I'm a singer and that's always what I want to do. So I'm always going to be making music. That's my thing.
And a new album coming out, eh?
Maybe not.
No, oh, you're being so coy.
And who knows, maybe something in fashion as well.
Maybe something in fashion because your style is honestly so epic. I don't know where you shop and who designs for you, but you've got the aesthetic that everybody absolutely enjoys because it's just a work of art. But we have to obviously wrap up our time and I want you to finish this sentence. In 5 years, Armand will be
the first Afrikaans artist to headline Madison Square Garden.
I know, that's right. From your lips to God's ears. Bye, Donkey. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. And listen, he is not going anywhere. He's about to take the stage one more time with another one of his hits. So please, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and please give this man a round of applause. Take it away.
Weet jy wat jy aan my doen? Het jy ooit hard om te voel? Want veels te maal, dink jy kan my weer soen? En weer dieselfde dinge doen. Ek hou nie van die jy dit sê nie. Ek hou nie van die jy my laat voel nie. Ek hou nie van die jy met my praat nie. Jy het beloof jy sal nooit so maak nie. Hou nie van die jy my sê nie. Ek wil nie langer meer by jou kom alleen nie. Op die einde van die dag. Ek hou nie van die jy my vashou. Hier gaan ons alweer 'n keer. Jy maak my net seer, so seer. Want veels te maal, dink jy is die regte een. Jy het nog soveel om te leer. Ek hou nie van die jy dit sê nie. Ek hou nie van die jy my laat voel nie. Ek hou nie van die jy met my praat nie. Jy beloof jy sal nooit so maak nie. Hou nie van die jy my sê nie. Ek wil nie langer meer by jou kom alleen nie. Op die einde van die dag. Ek hou nie van die jy my vashou. As jy my net so vashou, soos wat jy met my beklei, sal ek langer by jou bly. As jy my net so vashou, soos wat jy op my skree, dan kies ek jou dalk net weer. Ek hou nie van die jy dit sê nie. Ek hou nie van die jy my laat voel nie. Ek hou nie van die jy met my praat nie. Jy beloof jy sal nooit so maak nie. Hou nie van die jy my sê nie. Ek wil nie langer meer by jou kom alleen nie. Op die einde van die dag. Ek hou nie van die jy my vashou.
Welkom terug by Trendz Live. Dit was baie lekker om met Armand te praat voor die ad break. And if you missed it, waar was jy? But not to worry, you can catch up on this episode and his performance on our YouTube SABC News Channel after the show. Now on to a contemporary artist from Soweto who's defeating the odds. Nestled in Orlando West, Soweto, Lerato Mutau Studios prides itself with embroidered artworks where each stitch tells its own narrative. As part of our Soweto art tour by Tora Travel Therapy, Trendz producer Didintle Mukeleti met this inspirational artist. Take a look.
In her backyard, textile and fiber artist Lerato Mutau creates sensational pieces. Her trajectory is one of triumph, as being diagnosed with dyslexia didn't deter her from honing other talents.
My main medium that I use is hand embroidery. On Hessian, black bull denim, I use wool, I use yarns, I use embroidery, cottons, anything that I can find, including scraps of fabric that I get from designers around Soweto. Around 16, I was diagnosed with dyslexia, and the only favorite subject that I enjoyed when I was in school, it was embroidery. Around our time, we used to have what we call needlework, and the boys will go and do woodwork. Using my hand, it was about telling a story, that it's a visual perception, that because of not being able to read and write, I would be able to make, something beautiful using my hands. So that's when embroidery and making art became part of the whole experience of what you see now.
What began with her daughter's school project birthed several more exhibitions. Each body of work encapsulates themes that are titled according to her experiences. They also encompass strong cultural and traditional narratives.
My first solo exhibition that I had, it was Dyslexia Through an Artist's Eye. How it came about, it's when my daughter started going to school. So they had to make a project about the universe, how the solar system works. And I enjoyed that part because we created a solar system using fabric. And also she could stitch, and enjoy taking these little things, turning them into sculptures. My second solo exhibition that I had, it was 10,000 women that stood with me. So I was celebrating all the women that stood with me, starting from my mom, going to my two daughters, celebrating everyone that has been a pillar of strength, that prayed with me, that, walked the journey with me of discovering myself.
By using different nostalgic mediums taught by grandmothers and elders over decades, Lerato uses art to also navigate challenging times. Notice how she profoundly uses what she terms circle of balls made of wool to express deep emotions. She says the woolen shades of green represent nature, the yellows allude to light and money, and of course blue brings about calmness.
During COVID time, I had sort of like a dark space that I became, because we were not allowed to go anywhere, and I was not comfortable, making art at home. So each and every ball will represent the feeling that I had, whether it could be anxiety or how I felt that day. Maybe sometimes I felt that we are not going to make it because, people were dying, and even close people that I knew passed away. So, and the circle of life, I would be able to put all my thoughts.
Appearing very therapeutic and peaceful, I observed Lerato patiently embroidering what would become masterpieces. So I stepped in to get a crash course at stitching. It proved a challenge at first, especially with the slightly lengthy nails, but eventually I got the hang of it. Fantastic at teaching, it's no wonder this creative also hosts embroidery classes for young people in Soweto. This an act of paying it forward.
When you look at the Europe market, fiber art, it's more on like female-orientated art. So it's one that skill and also a media that makes me feel comfortable that I'm not losing myself as a female artist, and also the fragile of how you pull this wool and make it into a form and also make it into a shape or different types of colors combination. it gives a new dimension of, wow, this could look like paint from far, but when you get close to it, each and every stitch is represented in its unique form.
Titled often in names of people close to her heart, this textile and fiber artist brings a fresh meaning to going against all odds. While each stitch relays intense thoughts and experiences, it's evident that dyslexia didn't hamper Lerato in fulfilling her artistic genius.
Listen, you know what they say, time flies when you're having a good time. And oh, it felt so good to be back live with you, and we hope that you had a fantastic Friday. Trendz Live, though, will be back again next week, 8 p.m. sharp, right here on SABC News, with all the entertainment and performances that you love. My name is Candy, and you know what I say. Until next time, stay sweet. Good night.